Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. This afternoon, courtesy of Law Talk with Mike, we're going to show that it doesn't take a sob sit to have a very terrible court appearance.
Determination of bond deferred until safety evaluation completes. Good morning, Ms. Burks.
Good morning.
You're charged with assault. That's a misdemeanor 1, carries a possible fine of $1,000 and or 6 months in jail. Domestic violence is also a misdemeanor 1 and carries a possible fine of $1,000 and or 6 months in jail. You have 3 pleas available to you today: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. You also have the right to a lawyer, and if you can't afford a lawyer, the court can appoint one for you. What plea would you enter?
Not guilty.
Court will accept your plea of not guilty. I'm going to assign your case to one of the courtrooms.
Well, we're off to a good start. He arraigned her on the charge, and she pled not guilty.
All right, Ms. Burks. On the domestic violence, I'm going to set a $7,500 cash or surety bond. That bond is conditioned of no contact with Cedric McRae. On the assault, I'm going to set a $7,500 cash or surety bond. That bond is conditioned of no contact with Tiffany Castro. No contact means you can't call him, you can't write him, you can't text him, you can't email him, can't leave a message on some social media, you can't go visit him.
Okay, this all seems very reasonable so far. What could possibly go wrong?
If you go someplace and either Mr. McRae or Ms. Castro's there, you have to leave. If you're someplace, even though you may have arrived first and one of them shows up, you still have to leave.
So you gonna tell me I can't go home?
I'm telling you, you can't go home. If you live with...
Oh, I'm talking. No need you say nothing.
If you live with Mr. McRae, you cannot return to that residence.
Oh, but how you just gonna tell me I can't go home though?
What?
How you gonna tell me I can't go to my home?
I just did.
Well, we knew it wouldn't last, or it wouldn't be on Law Talk with Mike.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, or the dogs get it.
Well, I bet I do.
Well, then you're in contempt, young lady, and you got 30 days. So you're not going to... You're not... What?
Whoa.
Get back! Get back!
I don't think she's getting the concept here.
You just said I got 30 days. I'm not getting nothing else.
That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
So what?
You want another one? Yes. You got it. You got another one.
90 days.
So?
120 days.
Okay, and?
180 days.
Oh! He's quiet. Get off me. Get your hands off me, man. Come on. What else you got to say?
Are you through? No. I'm doing society a favor.
Oh, nothing. We'll talk in 6 months when you're ready to come back for your case.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Not as sorry as she's going to be.
I ain't bad. They got commissary. I got money.
That's 200 days.
This is not going well, is it? I think maybe she needs an attorney to tell her to stop talking.
You got anything else to say, Miss Burks? That's 300 days.
Well, that was an abject disaster, so now let's go visit our old friend Judge Hurley and see how the similar tactics work on him.
Brian Noval.
In jail.
Sir, you were charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence battery. The court finds probable cause of their priors on what is this case? Okay, what's that case for? What's the case number? What are they? Got it. So it says here He went after somebody with a knife. Apparently, it looks like from the police report he was trying to snort or smoke some. I didn't know. How do you smoke prescription medication? Is that when you grind it up and you put it in a pipe?
I don't know why. This just charms me. Judge Hurley musing about how to smoke prescription medication.
I think that's it. I think you grind up oxycodones and you never heard someone smoke. It says it right here. It said he was trying to smoke his.
Argument with my father, and there was no weapon.
All right. Well, whatever. Okay. Based on the facts of the case, going after someone with a knife, court finds there is a danger to the victim. Court's going to set count 1 at $10,000. Count 2, court's going to set that bond at $10,000. Court's going to order he has no direct or indirect contact with Jesus Noval. No direct or indirect contact. Must stay 500 feet away from him at all times. I'm going to order that he's not in possession of any guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Court's also going to revoke his bond on 098502 CF10. You're going to be held no bond, sir, until further order of the court. Thank you.
Kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you. That's the truth. You're not going anywhere. That's the truth. All right, thanks.
And that right there in a nutshell is why I just love Judge Hurley. The defendant tries to say something and he is just not rattled in the least. He just says that's the way it is. You did bad stuff and you're being held no bond.
All right, Suzanne
My
Wall.
charge was battery.
Oh, wow, I know, man. But that's the way life is. What did he say? Whoa. Bring him back. Whoa. Bring that guy back. Bring him back.
It's usually a pretty bad sign if the judge calls you back in an arraignment.
Whoa. Hey, bring that guy back.
You want him back, Judge?
Yeah, I want him back right now.
That wasn't good, but
So what did you just say when you walked away?
I called you a because you're...
Did you?
The charges I had yesterday.
Okay, hold on a second, sir.
Battery charge.
Sir,
Honest, but not effective.
this court is inclined to hold you in contempt of court, and I want to know from you, give me a reason why I should not hold you in contempt of court.
I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be, because there's not a reason this should be here.
Okay, sir, I find you in contempt of court for using that type of language with the court you just used. And before I pass sentence on you, I'm going to ask you if you have anything to say before I pass sentence.
I apologize, I was out of line. I'm just upset because this is not what I was charged with yesterday.
Okay,
I was
sir.
charged with a battery.
Well, I kind of give the defendant credit here. He said the best thing after saying terrible things. He said the best possible thing he could and got to the point. However, it was too late.
I accept your apology, and I will sentence you to 60 days in the Broward County Jail. Thank you.
Can I take the back in?
All right, sir, hold it. Come on back. Come on back, sir. Sir, I'm inclined to hold you in contempt of court again. Would you like to tell me why I should not hold you in contempt of court for the last thing you just said?
I asked if you're allowed to do that for me.
All right, sir. I find you in contempt of court for the second time you said that. Do you have anything else you'd like to say in mitigation of the second sentence I'm about to hand down?
I was just asking my attorney if he can do that.
Well, as an attorney practicing for almost 25 years now, I can tell you, yes, he can do that.
All right, sir, you have nothing. I'm going to send you to another 60 days to run consecutive to the prior 60 days. So now you're up to 120 days in the Broward County Jail. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No.
All right, sir, thank you very much. You're done.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
I didn't even know you can do that.
All right, thank you. All right, I think you should move along. So it's going to be 60 plus 60, okay, to run consecutive. Thank you.
He's got no bond anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure he was addressing his attorney out loud in front of the microphone in front of the court. I think he's a smart. I think he's a smart. No, that's no big deal. But I think he.
Well, I had a lot of fun with that. That was just two defendants who couldn't keep their mouths shut. We knew it wouldn't work with Hurley either, but it's fun to watch it play out.
Here at Law Talk, we do a lot of videos answering common legal questions. We also do reviews of law in the movies and then on TV. We also share some of our more interesting cases. We're always putting
One moment, guys. I'm trying to find us some more good content. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with this one. Mike, just that one, please. Just a second, guys. I'm queuing her up.
initiating.
Okay. I think we're just about there. Okay.
Episode of Hip Hop News here, and today we're going to be covering the case involving 42 Doug, because right here he's trying to claim that he is a sovereign citizen and that, you know, he's exempt from federal laws. That's right. So it says here that new details.
Okay, so this is the guy. He's got a very small channel, but I'm sure it came across my feed because I have. You can imagine my feed. You know, I get inundated with sovereign citizen stuff. First of all, I like how this guy pronounces it sovereign. I don't know. I find it kind of charming. He's basically just reading an article about this guy, 42 Doug. Looks like with the U. I'm going to shock everybody here when I tell you I'm not familiar with 42 Doug's work. But it's still interesting.
Have emerged from the recent arrest of 42 Doug. Prosecutors claim the Michigan rapper filed court documents claiming he was a sovereign citizen and is exempt from federal laws. According to a report from Detroit News published on Friday, May 6, prosecutors had a hearing on Thursday, May 5, detailing the FBI investigation and explaining why they believe he was a flight risk. So I guess this means that if they convince the judge that the rapper is a flight risk, then I guess that means the rapper will likely remain in jail until, you know, his trial.
Oh yeah, he's a flight risk, as you'll see when we go a little farther in the article here.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Barbara Lanning said in court that in April, 42 Doug-born Dion Haynes filed documents in federal court in Georgia claiming he was exempt from federal laws as a sovereign citizen. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, sovereign citizens believe they are not under the jurisdiction of the federal government and consider themselves exempt from U.S. law. This comes after the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco,
Sovereign
Firearms,
citizens.
and Explosives had secured a warrant that allowed them to track the location of the 26-year-old rapper's cell phone and subsequently make an arrest on Wednesday after he flew to Willow Run Airport on a private jet from Memphis. Prosecutors said that Doug was
Okay, so this guy, I don't know about the merits of his rapping. Apparently he's good. Yeah, whatever. He's good enough that people are writing an article about him being arrested. So somebody knows him. So kudos to him. But his legal thought process isn't great. First of all, he's gone sovereign citizen, and second of all, he doesn't realize that they can track you with your cell phone. These are just, you know, not good ideas.
arrested with $25,000 in cash and $100,000 in jewelry. Lanning also claimed the private aircraft didn't have an assigned flight number and that 42 Doug's government name wasn't listed on the flight's passenger manifest. He's claimed more than $11 million worth of assets. He has access to a private plane with a pilot willing to fly an unnumbered flights where Mr. Hayes is not included on the flight's manifest. So I guess this means that, you know, whenever you fly, even in a private jet, you have to register under a flight number. That's what I'm assuming. Lanning told Old Executive U.S. Magistrate Judge David Grant on Thursday that's not an accident, that's not a happenstance. The arrest stems from his failure to report to federal prison camp in West Virginia on April 12th after he was found guilty of illegal firearm possession and sentenced last November. He could reportedly face up to 5 years in prison for refusing to report.
All right, well, there you have it. He carries on with the article. I can't figure out what the source article is, but I put a link to his video in the description below. It's a tiny channel, and he's just going through it, but I find that interesting. As I've been doing this, I always think, well, that's the end of the sovereign citizen movement because, you know, it never works. So you think, you know, after 300-400 of these people will just say, okay, I'm not going to try it anymore. But this article is from about a month ago. and some rappers trying it. And my theory on this for most of these people is it's not a true belief, but just a desperate option of last resort. My guess is he's stone cold busted on the charges, and he just says that because it's an excuse to carry on with his life. It won't end well. And by the way, if anybody has a line on any court video involving this, prior or upcoming, I would love to cover more. I mean, all I have is this article so far, but I thought it was really interesting. It just came across my feed. So that's that. The next little clip we're going to do here, I took from Degeneration Nation. I edited it out, so I just have the clip, but I'm also putting a link to his video in the description below. It's a good video. I just wanted to give my commentary on it.
Of course, yes, I can. It's my First Amendment right.
Sir, you're not allowed to film it.
I am.
You have to have permission to film it first.
I do not.
All right, 1 DTI
I'm not contracted with you to follow any sort of rules or regulation. Since this is a civil case, who is the injured party, sir?
Mr. Mello.
Yeah. Who's the injured party?
The state of Hawaii is the injured party, sir.
Okay, well then we're in the wrong court. Because aren't you representing the state of Hawaii?
So
how can you be the judge of a claim brought against me by the state?
No, he's not representing the state of Hawaii. He is a judge. the prosecution, whoever that is, would be representing the people of the state of Hawaii.
State of Hawaii. That's a conflict of interest.
That's what I'm sworn to.
No, it's not.
Well, that's not okay because that's conflict of interest.
The Constitution of the United States.
That's not okay. I love that.
Hi, this is Jack with the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, and he asked me to ask you to hit like and subscribe.
That's not interested. Or no. Come on, really?
And the state of Hawaii to the best of my ability, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, this needs to go to federal court if this is the state of Hawaii.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's a civil infraction. It's properly before this judge who has proper jurisdiction.
Claiming that I have caused damages, then you can't hear because you work for the state of Hawaii.
This is a civil matter. It's not a criminal matter.
Then there must be an injured party. Who are they? Where are they? I'd like to speak to them.
1 DTI 19068379. It's alleged that on April 15th, 2019, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, you did violate Hawaii Revised Statute Section 291C137 subsection A by using a mobile electronic device which is prohibited while operating a vehicle. You want to admit to this, deny this, or admit it and give me an explanation?
That does not apply to me. I heard you read it out earlier. I'm not.
Okay, what I get from that is he's driving a car while using a cell phone, which is, illegal everywhere. With minor differences in contours, but it's a standard ticket.
Not even a person. That doesn't even apply to me.
Okay. Tell me why it doesn't apply to you, Mr.
Because I'm not a person.
Why is it you're not a person, sir?
I'm not an employee of a corporation. I'm not a trustee. I'm not a firm. I'm not contracted with the state of Hawaii. Just because I'm in this landmass doesn't make these laws apply to me. They're not even laws.
It sure does. It sure does. That's the absolute definition of the jurisdiction there.
They're statutes. Statutes are not laws. This is fraud.
I'm trying to follow your argument about not being a person. So what type of entity are you?
I don't hold the office of person.
What type of entity are you if you're not a person?
What type of entity are you?
He is a meat popsicle.
Okay.
I'm a man, of course.
Do you want to admit it, deny it, or admit it and give me an explanation?
Well, if this is a civil case, there must be an injured party. And I need to hear their claim against me. How else can I defend myself?
This is a civil infraction. That means that the state legislature has decided it's not a criminal matter. It is just a civil matter. There are laws that the state legislature has come up with. One of those is that you're not permitted to use a mobile electronic device while you are operating a vehicle. The officer has alleged that you were operating a vehicle while using a mobile electronic device. What I am trying to ascertain is whether you agree with that determination or disagree with that determination.
I don't understand.
What is it that you don't understand?
I don't understand anything.
All right. So
Well, that we gather. Actually, I don't believe that either. I think he understands everything completely, but it's just the usual soft set wordplay. The judge is doing a fantastic job in a nice, calm manner.
The court is going to enter a denial in case number
objection.
11 on Mr.
Objection.
Mello's position.
So are you finding that I'm not guilty? Is that your judicial?
No, Big Dummy. He's not finding that you're not guilty. He's entering a not guilty plea for you because you won't respond to the question at an arraignment.
Decision?
So
Because if it is, then I move to dismiss this case.
The court is finding judgment for the state based on the citation. There's a $250 fine, $40
Objection.
administrative fee, $7 driver's education.
I do not enter a plea.
Set a trial de novo.
How can I enter a plea?
You didn't enter a plea. The judge entered a plea on your behalf because you were non-responsive. So you almost got one right here.
If I haven't even seen the evidence or the claims.
Mr. Mello, I'll enter a trial de novo for you.
You can't,
way
you're
you
practicing
can come
law
back.
from the bench. You people are criminal,
Thank
and
you,
I
sir.
will never support terrorism.
Mr. Bailiff, could you please call the next case?
You don't have the authority. Only I or my attorney can enter a plea.
Terrorism, really?
Oh, he has the authority. He absolutely has the authority, and he just exercised it, and it's the reasonable and correct thing to do.
Have a seat on the
You guys are guilty. You will be dealt with when the Most High sends the Messiah back. You're in big trouble.
On February 23rd, 2019.
Go ahead and go to the third floor. Get a copy.
You were parked on a bike in violation of revised ordinances uploaded was 15-18.
They're on each side of us. The one close to our house is the newer one.
I don't want this.
I get it. I will pay the fine because the van does encroach on that line. But I've got pictures of every day, 30 cars on both sides of the street. You can do this recording of this. It's not supposed to.
So everything that I said and did was actually spot on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that was spot on. You rambled nonsense. Not guilty plea was entered in your behalf, and now it's set for trial, which you will lose.
According to his requirements, his fiduciary duty, he wasn't supposed to proceed.
Fiduciary duty.
So I have the right to appeal, but ultimately the reason I even wanted to record this isn't because I think I'm going to win or anything, and even though I probably have a good
Good. And I'm glad you don't think you're going to win, because you're not.
Chance of doing so.
Yeah, that's a
go
0%.
forth with my appeal in court. Ultimately, what I wanted to show you people is that you can stand up, and you're supposed to. And in this world, the Most High Himself demands it. You're not supposed to comply with all of this. These people are actually terrorists.
The Most High Himself, I would imagine, is some sort of religious reference, which is absolutely irrelevant here. But apparently, he's got a straight line to the Creator, and he's gonna lay it down for us.
That is what he's referring to.
They're the ones who are making the fourth beast of Daniel's prophecy and the kingdom spoken about in the book of Revelation come true. There, it's pawns and peons, and so are you if you comply with what they want you to do. I'll never pay them $1. I'll never pay them a damn cent. It's all fraud. So I wanted to mostly just exemplify that you can stand up to this corruption, and they're all liars, and they're not even rich pawns. The so-called Illuminati, the higher-up Freemasons and such, they're greatly rewarded for their service to Satan. These people, they make probably $100K a year and such, and they're willing to give up their soul. The Christian church will tell you, well, that's not a sin. You know, the Christian church doesn't even want you to look into things. You know, none of these Christian people are awoke. They don't.
He cites the book of Revelation and then has a problem with Christianity. Okay, this is interesting.
Don't even know the Messiah is a black man, let alone a masculine man, and that he's exclusive and strict. So they're actually part of the problem because Freemasons said.
How is this relevant? I mean, I get that you've got your own made-up religion. Fine. Everyone has the right to do that, but it's not relevant here.
Up every church on earth. Mormonism, Catholicism, especially Christianity, Seventh-day Adventists even, all of them are Freemasonic installations. And the narrative is the same as the mainstream. So they're quite happy when people go to their little churches and learn their bullshit, fake doctrines. The same system that is overtaking and destroying the whole earth, the same system here that I'm in this building of, and even lawfully speaking, this building belongs to me, or us the people, not even them. They're even renting it from us. This is all fraud. And
okay, so he knows more about law than any attorney or judge, and he knows more about religion than any religious person. Okay.
You know.
Well, there you have it. 2 more sovereign citizens failing spectacularly. We've got 42 Doug, apparently, who's a rapper, and this guy who is, I guess, he has the inside on all law and religion, and thankfully he was willing to share it with us so we can all learn something.
Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens.
Thank you, Mike. We definitely appreciate it. And with that, we'll bring the afternoon to a close. Come on back tonight for more fun, more subsets, and more craziness here from day one. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight.